What up, y'all? It's your man ES the Herman Star back again with another video, and I'm here to do the general read for the sign of Capricorn. So if you have Capricorn in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, this is for you, my fabulous Capricorns. How y'all doing? Feel like it's been a while, but it probably hasn't. Maybe I'm just saying that, but we're here. Capricorn, sun, moon, rising, anywhere in your chart, this is for you, of course. If you would like a personal read, you're able to book that with me by sending me a message, email. I keep wanting to say message. I said that in Taurus's read. You might have Taurus in your chart. Go check that out. If you just want to support, go check that out. It's the video that's uploaded, literally the one before yours. But yeah, if you want to shoot me a message, email, whatever you want to call it, go right ahead. Find that in the description box below. That's how you can book a personal read with me. I will not reach out to you. You reach out to me. So if anyone is reaching out to you claiming to be me, it is not me. All right? All right. So we start with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, unfortunately. Now, this is ill fortune because one refuses to change or one refuses to take action. And that could be, I believe it's more so a delay happening for you, Capricorn, rather than it is because you're refusing to change. Now, it could be something where you do need to, that does not mean that you don't need to change this aspect about you, that you don't need to change, for lack of a better word, in your laziness or your procrastination, your procrastinating ways. If you are procrastinating, I know someone's gonna be like, Capricorns aren't known for this, Capricorns aren't known for that, this sign ain't known for this. It's not that simple, y'all. I'm gonna make a podcast episode about it, right? I meant to record that episode last week for this week, but I'm gonna do it pretty soon. It's not that simple just to say, yes, every zodiac sign has their traits that are known for things, but to simply just say, like, let's just say you, for example, if you're not known for not being a procrastinator, that doesn't mean all Capricorns are hard workers, or there's not a procrastinator out there that is a Capricorn, sun, moon, rising, or whatever. Let's use sun in this example. That does not mean it. These zodiac signs are not that simple, y'all. Again, I'll go into full depth on the podcast episode. I don't know if I'm going to upload that episode here to YouTube, but you can definitely subscribe to the podcast by clicking the link in the description box below. But I just felt the need to mention that because I feel like me saying already, listen, it's procrastination, really, from what I see with the cards here. It's procrastination that's causing the wheel to not turn as fast as you may want it to, you know, for things to get the ball rolling, for things to be going in the direction you want it to. And well, it's because, again, like I said, I think that it's procrastination. I'll get into why I say that. This card is definitely not symbolic of that, but this is the energy you would want to, I guess be more, you will want to have a balance of it, because it is the card of balance, essentially, the Temperance. And, you know, what the universe is saying, thankfully, right, I think you're getting a message of you want to have a balance of working, like putting in the work, but also being patient, not overworking yourself. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, noties, right? Noties, as what the kids say. But the good thing about it is like I said, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, you know, at least what I see with this reading, what it means for you is there's delays happening due to, like I said, procrastination. But that Temperance, as I just pulled up, is saying, you know, just whatever you're working toward. Again, this is not me saying get off your fabulous ass and, you know, work yourself like a workhorse or racehorse or whatever the term is, right? have balance between putting in the work and being able to relax, being able to enjoy beautiful weather at wherever you are. If it's beautiful, whatever beautiful means to you, and when I talk about weather, all subjective, right? So that's great. It's great that this card showed up, because you don't want to be totally lazy, but you don't want to overwork yourself as well. And that's the message I feel as though what the universe is simply saying to you. Now, your last card for the tarot is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This is why I was saying that it could be due to procrastination as to why things aren't moving as well. And things aren't moving as fast as possible. Because again, the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel still moves when the Wheel of Fortune, whether it's in reverse or whether it is upright. But it's not moving at a fast pace when it's in reverse, because it could be because of delays. It could be because, like I said, of bad decision making, which this is also the card of bad decision making as well. This could also be the case, like the wheel isn't moving as fast because someone refuses to do something different. They have this method set in stone, and this method may have worked in the past for them, and it's not working now. Typically, when the Wheel of Fortune in reverse shows up, typically I am of the mind that people know the method isn't working, but they still do it because, for a myriad of reasons, or a few reasons. One of them being maybe it's the only method they know. So they feel as though it's the only thing I know. It's the only way I know how to do this thing. So I got to do it this way. It could be that. It could be them not wanting to admit that this method is no longer relevant or working, or it may not just be working for whatever they're doing here. But instead of admitting that and fearing looking dumb and stupid, I've been there. We get that. But instead of admitting that, hey, listen, this isn't working, and you want to keep pushing at it. And then it may be other reasons. Those are just the two that come to mind. But I'm sure there's other reasons. There could be a Capricorn watching this now, and it's like it's neither of the two. It's actually this. Or a combination of the two, or one of the two, whatever the case is. But my advice with this situation here is, if you want things to move faster, again, put in the work, but temper how much you do, and as opposed to how much you're just going to allow this. Because I almost kind of want to say that this has to do with an investment. This has to do with money, essentially, where and with investments, scratch what I was about to say, but so I'm just going to make this point. With investments, when you invest in something, right, you put your money in, of course, and you can either sit on it, and watch it grow. If it's a proper investment, you watch it grow into something good, or watch it, I guess, shrink or grow into something bad, right? But the I guess the name of the game is you invest and you sit back, right? That's temperance energy. You do your part, but then you don't do, like, you're not responsible for necessarily the growth of the investment, or at least the total growth. You are responsible for the growth, depending on how much money you put into it. If we're talking about a financial investment, if we're talking about a time investment, or some other thing, you do your part, as in you put in your time, and then the rest of the work, like it's like planting, right? You invest time, money too, all that stuff. But we're talking about, I gave you an example with money. Now I'm giving you an example with time. You invest your time and effort, your physical power, right? When it comes to planting plants, produce, plants, whatever, right? You put in that work, you seed, you water, you do all this stuff, the mulch, all that, yada, yada, jazz, right? But you can't control the sun because you're not the sun, right? No disrespect to you. You're fabulous, but you're not the sun. You know, you can't control the sun, meaning like, or how much sun does your plants get. You can maneuver, obviously, you know, make sure that things aren't in the way. There's no fence in the way that's blocking the sun, so your plants can actually get the nutrients and, you know, that nutrients from the sun that they get. You know, you can water them from time to time and all this other stuff, but there's a possibility where they get overwatered. They drown out because it could be raining. You know, if you didn't do anything to protect the plants from rainy days, they can drown. You know, so I'm saying all this just to say, like, there's stuff that you can do as far as what you have planned here. Obviously, though, well, I won't say obviously, but there is another aspect where you could just sit back and allow things to kind of like come to you. I want to say, like I said, that's very Taurus-like, and we are at the tail end of Taurus season. So it could be the Taurus just new moon feeling just coming to a halt and affecting all signs. Or again, you might have Taurus anywhere in your chart, and the universe is telling you to tap more into that, being able to again put in the work as you would do, but also be able to receive and sit back and have faith that things will go in a direction that you would want it to go, you know. But again, when I see that Ace of Pentacles, I think more so of an investment opportunity that you feel as though you missed because you did not make a decision. And it could be, you could be like miserable about it, right? Because that's also the card of misery, right? When it comes to like finances and things of that nature. But that Temperance card gives me hope. The Temperance card is, you know, it gives me hope that you still have opportunities to invest in whatever you want to invest in, but just be patient about it. Don't be, and this is not financial, I'm not a financial advisor, let me put it that way, right? But don't be the person that spends all of your last dime on something and you know for a fact you're going to need some of that money or a portion of that money to be able to pay bills or, you know, sustain yourself. So, yeah, not a financial advisor though. So, we're going to continue on. That is the tarot read here. We're going to get into the oracle card next. But before I choose a card, I would like to remind you to please hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Appreciate those who've been doing any of that. All of that, greatly appreciated. And once again, if you would like a personal read, you're able to book that with me by sending me an email. You can find my email in the description box below. Just know that they're scammers, so anyone reaching out to you, you know, not me. So, I didn't even see your card before. I just picked it up. Oh, I dropped it face down. All right? That's how it was. Roots of success. Speaking of plants, roots, all that stuff, like, before I get to reading the card, though, because I already want to say something about it. So, when you think about roots, like I said, with plants. But again, there's patience that's needed. Temperance, as the Temperance card suggests. There's patience that's needed. There's an investment, okay? Not just financial, but just with your time, your sweat equity, your emotion as well. You know what I'm saying? You got to give love to those plants, right? Whatever you're planting. It doesn't have to be literal plants, but whatever you're planting. It takes patience, it takes time, is what I'm saying here. But roots of success, let me read it. Let me show y'all the card again, and then let me read it, what it actually says. Secure your foundation, fostering growth and stability for a thriving journey ahead. How you do that? Putting in the work, investing. Like, I think that's, that's pretty clear, and I'm glad that this card came out with this reading here for you, Capricorn. Very much fitting. So, yeah, that's what I have for you today. If you got anything of value from this read, please hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe once again. If you would like a personal read, shoot me an email. Find that in the description box below as well. Check out the other links down there as well. And yeah, have at it. Thank you for trusting me for being your intuitive reader for today, or at least one of your intuitive readers for today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Peace out.